Hello, I'm Caroline Gow with Real. Here's your Northbrook market report for the month of April. As you know, every month we go a deep dive into the numbers and the statistics of what's going on in the real estate market. So let's take a look for the spring market. So our average sales price is $720,000. That is up a whopping 12% over this time last year. And just to give you some historical information, March of 22, we had the average price was $569,000. So when we're talking to buyers, we ask them, if you can find a house that you like, that you can afford the monthly payment now, it might be a better idea to lock in that price now. You can always refinance later when the rates come down, but are you going to be able to save enough to keep up with the rate of appreciation if you want to be in Northbrook? So our market time, it's been about steady. So we have 44 days on the market as the average home, although properly priced properties are selling much quicker than that. And that market time is up 7%. So that's just showing that we have a little bit more inventory than we did last month, and the market is performing well. So our last list price to close price, so this is the sales ratio. So you have an asking price. When there are multiple offers, that tends to push the price higher. So that's why we have 100.6% of the asking price. That's up 1.2%. So when buyers that are coming from other areas, I've noticed, especially I have a buyer from California and I have one from Florida. In Florida, the average market time is 60 days and they have 8 properties on the market in the same neighborhood. Well, that's not what we're experiencing here in Northbrook. We still have fewer homes for sale than we did this time last year. It's a classic supply and demand issue. So we are taking the wiggle room out of the pricing. That means that properly priced homes, they get a lot of action, they get second showings, and they get multiple offers, and then that is going to push the price higher. And that's what we're seeing on the numbers. It's been about the same as last month, although we are seeing more properties coming to the market. Our peak would be expected mid-May. People like to move in the summertime in Chicago. Usually the first 2 weeks in August are pretty slow. Then after kids are back in school and vacations are done, we generally have a strong fall after Labor Day. But the most properties that come on the market are typically April, May, and part of June. No, I'm sorry, I should have said March, April, and May, and part of June. Then we have the month supply, 1.5 months of inventory. So the definition of month supply of inventory is if no new properties come on the market, then it would take 1.5 months to clear out the current inventory. It can't get much lower than that. A balanced market is 5 or 6 months of inventory. So when we have greater than 6 months of inventory for sale, that indicates that it's a strong buyer's market. But right now, as we've been discussing, it's a strong seller's market, and it has been for the last couple of years here. So obviously, real estate is hyper-local, and Northbrook and the North Shore is experiencing this, and other areas of the market in the country are not as hot as it is right now. People are shopping the schools. We're seeing a lot of city buyers coming. We're seeing buyers coming from other areas that are wanting to be closer to family. And the sellers we're seeing, they're actually in a strong position. If you're selling your home and you're going somewhere like Florida, you could capitalize on the hot market here we have in Northbrook on the sale. And then when you go to Florida, the market time is longer, so you can get a better deal there. So that's what we're experiencing. Okay, the number of homes for sale, we have 68 homes on the market in Northbrook. That's detached, that's attached condos and single family homes. That is up a little bit, but still, as you see this line down here, we don't have enough homes to sell them, and we would have more deals if we had the inventory. The new listings, we have 843. That's up almost 11%. Our closed sales, the volume is up 2%. So it's going along. The shows per listing. So typically when it's a hot market, we don't have as much we don't have as many days on the market, so that means we aren't going to have as many showings, and buyers are putting their best foot forward and putting in a strong offer, and it goes under contract. Let's take a look at the interest rates. So our interest rate is hovering around 6.64%. And if you look at this blue line, this here is the beginning of the year. In January, we were right around 7%. Now, buyers have accustomed to the fact that the interest rates they've been between 6 and 7% for the last couple of years. This was May of last year. And here we are, 6.64. So they have been coming down in 2025. And that has spurred some more applications. It's the strongest number of applications we've had this year. So to sum up, in April, our Northbrook market and the North Shore is performing quite well, and we're feeling some momentum picking up. So if you've had any thoughts of making a move, let's have a confidential conversation. We'll talk about your goals and how we can work together to meet those needs. And if you're thinking about buying, I do have buyers who are winning in this market. So let me show you some winning strategies and make a plan for you. I'd love to work with you. Thank you.